Hey guys, coming to you from Cocodrie, Louisiana, that is in Terrebonne Parish. I just want to show you, for as far as the eye can see, this direction. For as far as the eye can see, that direction. It is nothing but devastation here. I mean, it's hard, y'all. It's really hard. I mean, I've been saying it for a while now that seeing photos of it and then seeing the destruction in person are two very different things, but it hurts. It hurts talking to the people out this direction that they're not getting any resources. Look, that's somebody's front porch, I believe. There's no home left right here. None. That, I don't even know what that is. A mangled mesh of something. And come around this way, y'all. I was talking to this family. They're too distraught to talk on camera because he told me that he came home to nothing. Absolutely nothing. So instead, what he is doing now is he's got a tent set up outside of his home, and that is where he is living. These are the living conditions y'all people are living in here in Cocodrie. This is just one family, but all along this main street here, it's pure devastation.
It's just a lot to take in. I mean, when you come, I've lived here for the last 10, 15 years. Never been through anything like this.
It's just sad, to come back to see this, after being here for 25 plus years, and there's really nothing left.
It's the new reality Chad LeBlanc and his girlfriend Christine Kreppel are now forced to accept. His family camp turned permanent home left in ruins.
This was our home. I'm glad it's still standing, but it's just a shell.
The couple says they're staying with Chad's mom in Houma and coming home every day to salvage whatever, if anything, is even worth saving.
Yeah, you smell nothing but the mold. And it just takes too long to clean. And we don't have no washing machine.
The worst part, they say, is that they have not seen anyone out their direction when it comes to help.
It's a lot. But this is what we like. We like the water. We like being on the water. We like being down here. We love to fish. Don't know. Hoping to rebuild something.
They're not the only ones with a future that's unknown for now. Driving down Little Caillou Road in Cocodrie, many are in the same boat. Destruction and devastation for miles on end. Boats tossed around in several yards, and their parts miles away. An 18-wheeler hanging over the pier of what once held a home up. Or in this case, nothing but the stairs left. This is what the home looked like before Hurricane Ida. A damaged storage container, an AC unit barely hanging on, a truck partially submerged in a bayou, a fuel tank that once belonged to this gas station is now on the other side of the bayou, damaged grave sites, a barge stuck on its side, piers that were once connected, and perhaps one of the most damning sights, an entire home that Hurricane Ida blew into a bayou.
I've never been through a storm or a hurricane like this. There's no words to describe it, to see the devastation everywhere.
Driving through Chauvin and Montague, unfortunately, it was much of the same, with miles and miles of collapsed homes. Then there's Pointe-aux-Chenes, a fishing community where many Native Americans from the United Houma Nation live. From the fire department to the homes, the area looks like several bombs went off, and now, coming up on nearly 3 weeks since Hurricane Ida, not much has changed.
This is the hands that get the seafood. It's all through here. All the crabs, the oysters, shrimp. That's all crab traps right there. That's their life, is catching the seafood for everybody else to eat.
Myron Guidry grew up on the bayous in South Louisiana and now lives in Livingston Parish.
And it'll never look the same way from whenever I was, what I remember as a kid. It is devastating. My stomach feels the same way as these houses look. It's torn up because my family already, they struggle. They all fishermen, and they don't make a lot of money as it is, they live day to day.
Since Ida, he's made numerous trips down south to his family in Pointe-au-Chien as well as Dulac.
This is all my family here, all my dad's side of the family. This white house, well, these 4 houses right here, was all my great aunts. And then the trailer back there is one of my aunts, my Aunt Mabel. My dad used to live there. This is where the hurricane first made landfall. All the shrimp boats, all tied up right here. All the factories, shrimp factories, tuna factory, crab factory, oysters, everything. This is where all the seafood comes in for Louisiana. It's not New Orleans, it's here. And then this house up here, if I'm not mistaken, my mama said my grandpa built the house. Oh no, it's gone. The house is gone.
All of this is lower Dulac, where the worst of Ida unleashed, with winds reported up to 185 miles per hour. That's well over Category 5 status, and strong enough to break this water tower in Dulac. But Ida left its mark all through Terrebonne Parish. On the drive down to Dulac, this is what's left of the famous Malt and Burger, a Thibodeau fixture on South Canal Boulevard since 1950. Driving through Shriver and Gray, the damage got progressively worse. In Bayou Blue, a town known for its blue fire trucks, this homeowner's 40 by 100 foot shop blew away, leaving everything tossed inside. To show you Ida's fury, every hole left behind here once had a concrete bearing that was pulled from underground. In fact, the steel beams are still attached to the concrete. The only thing that kept all of this from flying into nearby homes was the line of trees that caught it all. Further south in Houma, a fairly new elementary school couldn't stand up to Ida. The city's fire department was also no match to the hurricane. Now, what you cannot see at this fire department is how bad the smell is from the mold already. A block up, this is what's left of a gas station. The pumps tossed around, and the name of the store scattered around the parking lot now. Across the street, another gas station damaged, not to mention the Golden Arches, also no match for Ida. It's also why the line for gas in Terrebonne Parish is sometimes hours long, but residents don't have a choice, be it for their vehicles or, more importantly, their generators. This was just one example where the line not only wrapped around to the end of the street, but then turned down the next one for as far as the eye could see. The further south we went, like near Ashland, it became harder to take it all in. People's lives literally gone within just minutes. Many of the trailers in this park damaged. All through Terrebonne Parish, unfortunately, there is no shortage of destruction. Some who have it worse than others. But the Bayou State offers the serenity of the swamps surrounded by the Gulf of Mexico, the peace and quiet you can't find anywhere else. And although that quiet has turned eerie now and everything that makes Louisiana beautiful is covered in debris, this diamond needs a lot of help, but it will shine again.
Next, I'm not sure. This is what I like. This is what I love. I'll be back.
So when it comes to an update from Cocodrie, the truth is I really don't know what to tell you as an update, because a lot of people here don't know what's going to happen with their future. Their lives are literally flipped upside down. Case in point, take a look. Not one boat behind me, but I don't know if you can see the boat all the way on the levee. Another one. I mean, just tossed around like toys, y'all. It's hard to take it all in from Cocodrie. Now, as far as power goes, they're saying at least the end of September. That's parts of Terrebonne Parish. I don't know if that even includes Cocodrie, because remember, Cocodrie is all the way on the southeast part of Louisiana. This area took the hardest hit from Hurricane Ida. So unfortunately, we don't know what's going to happen when it comes to Cocodrie. For now, I am in Terrebonne Parish. Kieran Chawla with Unfiltered with Kieran. Hey guys, coming to you from Lafourche Parish. Specifically, I am on Highway 3235, right between Galliano and Cutoff. Y'all, this used to be a gas station. I've tried my level best to figure out which specific gas station, but I can't find a name. In fact, the name is probably laying on the ground over there. It's just not safe enough for me to go under there because you can see up above that that is actually a portion of the ceiling that is hanging on top of this store right now. Now, I do want to show y'all. Look at this. This right here is another entranceway. This is a door. This is one side of the door. Look, there's the other right there. With the entire front of it, the bricks are still attached to it. That's somebody's office right there. You can see a keyboard right on the ground as well. I mean, this just goes to show you, the eye did actually go over this specific area, but out of all the damage that I have seen here in Lafourche Parish, this may be some of the worst, and I don't even know where to begin. Not only is it just here, the entire building seems like it's gone. In fact, take a look at those gas pumps, y'all. Right there, those gas pumps tossed on the ground. And then these pieces, look, you see them just kind of hanging off right there? They're not lightweight. They're not. I mean, this alone takes everything in me to pick this one thing up. That just goes to show you. I mean, everybody said that the wind speeds were up to about 150 miles an hour.
We were in my house for the storm, and when the winds got bad, we took off and ran across the street to my neighbor's house in her brick home, and the winds, it broke the meter at 185, and her walls were just breathing like this, and her floors were coming up, and her ceiling started leaking, so the water started coming through the sockets. Good chance there was no electricity, and we took a beating like that for 9 hours. We never saw the eye wall pass over us at all, so we just kept getting beaten and beaten and beaten and beaten, and things were flying all over. My carport fell on my brand new car. My neighbor's roof made a hole in my house. My ceiling is falling in my house. I can't get an insurance adjuster. We have no telephone service. We have no nothing.
Just driving down Highway 3235, there's a lot of other destruction that I did see. There is this Best Western Hotel. Then you go a little bit further, and again, this is all between 3235, which runs parallel to LA1 in Lafourche Parish, so it's the cutoff, Galliano, La Rose, Golden Meadow area. You'll see the boat storage. I mean, what is left of a boat storage, should I say. Homes where you can tell somebody lived in these homes at one time. It's like the hurricane just literally picked up the shell of the house and took it with it and left a few of the belongings inside. Then this was another storage unit. You have a few sides of it standing. The middle of it is gone. There is no middle. I mean, it just goes to show you again the power of Mother Nature. Food. A cat probably sitting here looking for food.
I saw that little cat crying, so I took a can of white chicken meat and gave it to that little starving cat. So at least I'll know in my heart that little cat's gonna live tonight.
How good did it feel to watch this cat just...
It broke my heart. It really did. I really wanted to cry. I really did. It's bad. It's really bad. I've been through a lot in my life, but this has been the worst. We really need help down here. It's like right now we're living in a third world country. Right? To see the people, how they're suffering, you know, to see people just have nothing, like homes that just blew up, have nothing. Everything they lived for and worked for all their life, it's gone. And you know, there's nothing. Where do you start over? Where do you pick up the pieces? How do you start over? And I'm from Grand Isle. We're resilient. We Grand Isle strong. It would take a lot to kill us, but this almost did us in. Yes.
You can't get gas here, and in driving around, one of the hardest things to find is gas. The few gas stations that are open, the lines, you're going to be in them for several hours. So while driving around through one of the neighborhoods, I found somebody who had actually brought gas from up north in Louisiana to areas here, and y'all, they were so thankful for that gas, just saying that all the other cleaning supplies that were brought to them, out of everything, that they cannot thank people enough for all the gas supplies.
Galliano, Louisiana. I live on 127 West 164th Street. What we need down here, we need help. We need gas. We need water. We need ice. We need places for people to live. There's people living, making tents with blankets. They're living in inhumane places. You know, FEMA, Red Cross, somebody's got to come down and help these people. Somebody's got to come help us. We have no help coming down.
As far as power, I have not actually seen many power or anybody really have power out here. It's hard. Again, this is Lafourche Parish in Louisiana, guys. The eye came up in the lower Lafourche Parish is where the eye of Hurricane Ida struck on Sunday, August 29th. The 16th anniversary of Hurricane Ida came right up this area. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Need I say any more? And let me take you to the other side. I forgot to show you the side of this building. Once again, you can just see the damage left behind. Obviously, this gas station, or convenience store, should I say, does sell the crispy, crunchy chicken. The signs just left all around. So this just goes to show you one more time the power of Mother Nature. Just if you can, try to keep everybody in your prayers. I've said that over and over, and I'll continue to say it. Keep everybody in your prayers. The rest of the world, if you guys are watching this is what Louisiana is dealing with now. A lot of people are not leaving their homes. If they are leaving, there's nowhere to go. Again, I was told that Vidalia was one of the closest hotels people are being able to find. There's one grocery store that I saw in my time just being here. So imagine that, guys. Imagine that. Donations, yeah, they're probably needed here just as much as they're needed around the Baton Rouge area, the lower Livingston area, the St. Helena, the East Feliciana areas. So keep everybody in your prayers. Keep those donations coming to these parts of town. It's going to be a long haul, especially when it comes to power outages. For now, I am in Lafourche Parish, Karen Chawla, with Unfiltered with Kieran. Hey guys, we are coming to you from Killian in lower Livingston Parish. Take a look. This is roadways right here. We just got a look at people's homes, and this is actually the waterway that is coming up. We've been joined by Congressman Garrett Graves along this tour. Let's take a listen to that.
It's amazing. It really is. Folks talked to said that this is worse than 2016 with the water levels, but of course you add the wind to it, and there's simply no comparison.
This is Terry Harbor in Killian. No, these are not campgrounds. They're streets turned into rivers and homes flooded.
We stayed during the storm. I think we got 3 neighbors that said it was 128 to 130 miles an hour continuous. We noticed the trees starting to fall. We got really scared, and then our whole patio roof came off, and then our roof above our master bedroom came off, and as soon as that came off, our bedroom started filling up with water, and we couldn't leave, couldn't even open the door. The pressure was just so intense. It was the scariest thing I've ever been through in my life.
Jason Pennington calls Terry Harbor home. He did not evacuate as a then Category 2 Hurricane Ida slammed into lower Livingston Parish. Ida hit Louisiana as a Category 4 on Sunday. But Congressman Graves, who toured coastal Louisiana, says Ida's category status may be upgraded.
Some areas down in lower Lafourche, at least preliminarily, believe they recorded wind gusts at 190 miles an hour. 190. I mean, that makes a person at that point. So this may actually be a revised to a Cat 5 storm at some point once they go over all the data.
Category 5 starts at 157 miles an hour. Now, just to show you Mother Nature's power, take a look at this roof off of a home with the ceiling fan still attached, now floating in floodwaters. The Kings Point Marina condos are also flooded.
I would never do it again. Never. And I've been out here 25 years now. Yeah. And I've rode them all out except for this one, and like I said, I will never do it again.
The only way in and out of these areas is a kayak, four-wheeler, or of course, walk it. Take a drive down in parts of Killian and it's pure devastation. Trees down everywhere, and a sign that the floodwaters were here, all the dead fish, not to mention the terrible smell left behind. Across the street from this home is this, a house barely still upright after a massive tree crashed right in the middle of it. The columns all pulled from beneath the home, and if you look carefully, you will see the second floor soon to collapse. This was Congressman Graves' first time to see the damage in Killian from the ground.
Look, it's devastating. I want to remind anybody who's looking at this, This is home to somebody. This is home. This isn't just some, far-flung area. It's just not some habitat for birds and fish. This is home. And your home just got washed.
Guys, coming to you from Lafourche in St. Charles, Louisiana. I kind of want to show you the boats that the Cajun Navy is dropping in the water. In fact, it's several different boats that the Cajun Navy has dropped in. You can see, take a look right there. You can even see the depth of the water with the female who is in the water. Now take a look, guys. This is a hotel. This is a Motel 6. You can even see the signs. Let's show them, if we can show them the signs over there, how deep the water is right here. And then if you can take a look further down the interstate, it's just hard to digest this. It was 4 years ago today that we were doing the exact same thing in Orange, Texas with the Cajun Navy. In fact, the exact same day. We have seen a number of helicopters out and about. And it could even also be the governor assessing, aerial assessing that is. So again, the Cajun Navy, look, take a look right behind you. Cajun Navy is gearing up, ready to head on out to make some rescues. In fact, since we even got here, a lot of people have been even coming up and saying, hey, their loved ones are, or I was about to say locked in, but stranded in their homes. If we can go get them, I have addresses of where we're going to go.
Come out here to Lafourche. I live in New Orleans. Come get my aunt and my cousins.
So we left out in the direction towards their neighborhood, now boating over roadways that have turned into waterways thanks to Hurricane Ida. I tagged along with the Cajun Navy 2016. Our specific boat had the creator of the Cajun Navy 2016, John Bridgers, and a young man volunteering for the very first time with the Cajun Navy, Hayden. Alongside us were several other boats from the same team, all going in different directions to help in any way. We started trying to find Christopher Smoot's family.
Hello? Anybody home?
But with no cell service, Smoot had no idea his family had already been rescued before we got there. So we continued down the neighborhood in Laplace.
Hello? Anybody want to get out?
That's when we found Jeff and Susie Rometta outside their home.
Everything that we've built since we've been together is gone. We figured that we could ride it out. Everything was good until about 3:30 yesterday afternoon. About 3:30, the winds really started to pick up. The water started coming in. Actually, you could watch it. It was coming in up through the entrance of the subdivision, and it was actually coming across. And
at that point, it was raining really hard, and the winds were really strong. And we didn't know. We thought it was rainwater that was accumulating, and then we realized it was coming in pretty fast. And it was literally a matter of 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and we had water at the door. Then we had a foot of water outside the window that we could see, and then it just started pouring in the house.
Yeah.
And it rose from our ankle to our calf to our thigh in just a matter of minutes. And we were able to push open one of the doors and grab our dogs and go upstairs into the attic.
The last their families heard from them was that they were stranded in the attic, and then they lost service.
So our family out there, Gabby Heil in Thibodaux, and Seth Richard in Thibodaux, and Rebecca in Foley, Alabama, we're here and we're safe.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get out.
They chose to stay instead of getting a ride out with the Cajun Navy, saying as soon as the water dropped, they were headed to their family. We continued to parallel Interstate 10 further into the neighborhood, watching a coach bus head into New Orleans for rescues and transports. In the sky, numerous helicopters getting a bird's eye view of the damage. In the water, tons of debris like this broken fence, a fire hydrant nearly covered, a street sign blown to the ground, trees completely uprooted everywhere, and people braving it just to get a glimpse of their homes.
This was our first time coming back home after everything, and we were hoping that it wasn't, so bad that, there was just a little wind damage, but we go in and it's like everything has to be like starting over again, basically starting over again. It's very hard. This is, our second time that we did out here in Laplace. We lost our house in Isaac, and we ended up staying that time, and it was very devastating. Our kids were really young at the time, and I remember walking through these neighborhoods with flooded waters and just seeing everything, you know, we worked so hard for, and then to have to come back and do it all over again, it's just very heartbreaking. It's devastating. And it's hard. It's hard because you work so hard, you know, and it's just material things, but it's, you know, the displacement, you know, my son's a senior this year, and it's like, I feel like that's just all taken away.
Like making that shift to the east, that just made it twice as worse.
I'm a resident of Lafourche, Louisiana, and these kind fellows and ladies are going to show us our house for the first time in Lafourche, Louisiana after the flood. It's kind of devastating, but we're going to get through it. Man, it's better than what I thought. The neighbor got more damage than us, but it looks salvageable. You gotta stay optimistic.
Four-legged friends were also part of the rescues. Along the way, several reminders that Ida left its mark through Laplace. Trees down on homes, part of a roof now up against a garage, people's belongings stacked up in an attic that's now visible because it was blown away. And this, the second floor, clearly showing someone's closet. Despite the heavy downpour during rescues and taking people to and from their homes, that did not stop the Cajun Navy.
You know, ever since 2016, it's just been a calling for me. You gotta be a kind of special person to do things like this. You're leaving your own family behind during a storm. You know, even myself, each one of them have pretty much left their families at home. We all of Louisiana got hit pretty much, you know, with this hurricane, the path it took, at least the majority of our volunteers. But, you know, they buttoned down the hatches at home, and next thing you know, we out here with boats doing what we do and saving people and helping them out.
Along with the Cajun Navy, Wildlife and Fisheries was out with their amphibious vehicle making trips back and forth. High water vehicles getting people out as well, and even this big rig giving out water from his flatbed.
Oh, we're okay. Thank you.
As we made our way out, we paralleled Interstate 10 again, but the floodwaters were so high that you can't even see the off-ramp anymore. In fact, even though we're in a boat, it appears as if we're coming off the interstate in a car. Here's a look down exit 209, one of the Laplace exits. At the Pilot gas station, more reminders of Ida's fury. Winds tossing 18-wheelers around like toys. Gas pumps ripped apart. One big rig that set 4 others on fire, and that's still burning. A truck full of grass from the bed to the front, and this car keeping another big rig from falling on the ground.
Not the actual water, it's wind that blew that truck to the, you know.
Did you hear it?
Yes. Yes. And that sounded like a bomb blast, when, you know. Everybody, if you are here that time, you will hear it.
Oy is a cab driver from New Orleans. Sunday, a customer needed a drive from NOLA to the Houston airport. Oy was on his way back home when he couldn't beat Ida and was forced to exit off in Laplace.
Yesterday, I was scared because I thought I'm going to die or something. Because 6:30 at night, 6:37, it was really blowing so hard. So my car was flooded, my van. So I have to jump out of it when the van was shaking, like it's about to, you know, turn it around. So I parked at the corner over there, not right here.
But the wind pushed his cab on the curb. Now he's stuck at the Pilot till the water recedes and he can go home. We headed back to our trucks, all while seeing even more destruction and literally dodging low-lying power lines. After a full day, it was finally time to pack up, but not before a quick thank you to all the Cajun Navy 2016 members who came out.
I hit this area pretty hard. We received a whole lot of calls for distress.
The reason it took so long to get to Laplace is because so many routes were closed. Plus, this team started in Ponchatoula earlier in the day, then realized they were needed more so in Laplace. On the way, we saw numerous trucks heading into town to help with electricity. Debris on the roadway, what's now left of the old U.S. Park by the old New Orleans airport. On Airline Highway near Kenner and into Laplace, the destruction only got worse. Ida made landfall in lower Lafourche Parish as a Category 4 with winds up to 150 miles an hour before moving north, ripping a historic path through places like St. John the Baptist Parish.